Okay, welcome back everybody. I know that I said the next video would be my chats for part 2 with Michael Inglis, but me and the big guy both had to reschedule. So I'm going to bring you another tool. So this is tool number 5, which is, it seems like it's an obvious one, but it's a very important one nonetheless. And I think there's a lot of awareness raised with all this sort of stuff, and people know about strategies and things to do, but I think if I can help elaborate on what they actually, on how good they are and how to actually go about them, then I would have done my job a little bit more efficiently with this one. So guys, tool number 5 is all about talking openly and honestly with the people around you, with your family and friends and all that sort of stuff. And off the top of my head, I remember I read a study about Holocaust survivors and prisoners of war survivors, and it just found that there was a huge discrepancy between mental health issues of people that spoke about what they went through as opposed to people that didn't speak about what they went through years down the track. It's obviously that's very scientific there, and I'm using all of the top-notch studies there, but it just goes to show how important it is, guys. Just making yourself feel less alone. I always talk a lot about the irony with all this sort of stuff, and anxiety as an emotion is something that we all have, and yet ironically it's something that keeps us more isolated than anything else. And I think if we can all come together and just accept the fact that sometimes you all feel shit, and we get scared sometimes, and we can all push forward from that. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about opening up to your friends and your family. And this is, I wanted to read some of my book as well, just to paint a clear image. So here goes. Talking to the people closest in your life is the most important thing to do. Whilst I've said tool number 4, facing your fears directly, is the best way to reduce acute anxiety symptoms and keep them at bay permanently, opening up about your issues to your friends and family is crucial. You must understand you are not alone in this, and everyone has issues. The more I opened up to mum, to dad, and to my sister, Sean, Luke, and the boys, the more I learnt how inclusive anxiety is. Although your friends and family may not describe their symptoms like you, their worries, their stresses and fears are all the same. Anxiety brings us together like this, and it's ironic that it makes us feel so alone. The greatest bonds are fused in times of adversity, and the closest people in my life are a testament to that. When Sean and I first experienced our anxiety symptoms, we spoke about them at length, and it helped us better comprehend our situations. Man, how shit is it when you feel like you can't contribute to conversations? I'll be hanging with mates and my fucking head won't allow me to say anything. We humans crave social inclusion. It is an evolved behaviour to seek refuge with friends and family, and it is imperative during times of hardship, like with anxiety disorders. Communication is a required skill in life, clearly. I fucking suck at it. Never underestimate the effectiveness of discussing your issues openly and honestly. And I just wanted to read one more little bit, guys. Please, please, please. Nothing beats open and honest communication. Mum and I recently discussed the importance of it. We spoke about how women tend to be better in communicating their personal issues, and she made a point that resonated with me. Darling, the moment I had you, I was sent to first-time mothers group. I met my closest friends there because the expectation was we would share our problems and find solutions together. It takes a village to raise a child, and that was the idea with First Time Mothers Group. We became best friends because we could rely on each other. I hope the Western understanding progresses to the point we view mental health disorders as common as childbirth. Then we could start a First Time Anxiety Sufferers Group. Mum ended the conversation with a thought-provoking comment. Why are you allowed to put plaster on a broken leg and get people to sign it as though it's celebrated, but when you break your head, you have to keep it to yourself? Think about it. So I guess the point I'm trying to make with all this, guys, is that it's super tough initially to open up about what's going on, because there really is a common understanding that it's vulnerable and you're considered fragile and weak almost to talk about how you're going in life. But at the end of the day is that we all see the universe through our own central infinite universe, and if we can make that time a little bit better, then why not do it? And talking about your shit is just the best. Like, we all talk about the best things that are happening to us in life. Why can't we talk about the shit things that are happening in life? I think the rise of social media really, really hurts that, and it's good to be aware of this sort of thing. When you're uploading things on social media and when you're sharing and liking and commenting, you're portraying one side of yourself to everyone else. And that one side is the happy-go-lucky, positive person. Look at all my friends, look how often I go out, look how good my body looks in the gym sort of self. And whether you know it or not, that starts to take an effect on you and the people around you. As humans, we always compare. And if you're constantly bombarded with images of people that are better looking, more attractive, doing better things in life, cooler things in life, have hotter girlfriends, hotter boyfriends, all that sort of stuff in life, you're going to start to feel pretty average. So I think it's really important to understand that it's just one side of people and also how that can affect you. But going back to the point, guys, opening up initially to the people around you is paramount. And I remember when I first did it to mum, I remember I just had a panic attack over hell, I believe. Was it sexual? No, it was over hell. I'd had one before, but this one was one of the worst ones I had. And I remember walking downstairs and calling out to mum to see if she could help us out with anything. And I remember I made sure I didn't tell her everything that was going on because I felt scared and I felt embarrassed. But what I noticed from that time, I think it was late 2013, from that moment until, I compared that moment with late 2015, and I noticed that the way I would talk about my issues, panic attack or not, I was much more open and honest and open. So it takes time. It takes a lot of practice to be comfortable in talking about these things to the people around you. And look, I never thought I'd be talking about all the shit that went down with me to the world, but anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I think if you can give it time and just be honest with yourself, thereby being honest with other people, you will start to see that it's not as bad as you think it is. And I guess the best thing that happened with me was that I started to notice similarities of the way I thought with people around me and my direct family members as well. And that eradicated some of the isolation that I was experiencing. I felt I was so alone, but by speaking about it to the people around me, specifically my dad as well, I noticed that we started to think the same way, and we could help each other out with not only things that I was experiencing, but things that he was experiencing as well. And now we share a fantastic bond together. So guys, today's tool is tool number 5, and it talks about being open and honest in your communication about your issues and about life. Not even your issues, essentially, just who you are as a person in life. And I really think that's going to help. Okay, stay tuned because next week, or I think the week after, I'll be doing part 2 with Michael Inglis. I'll keep rocking the tools in the meantime, and I've got plenty more exciting things ahead for you. So click the subscribe button, share. That really helps me, guys, if you share all the shite. And I'll speak to you soon. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.